How quick did that happen? Like, it seemed as though the rematch was done in like a week. We already knew that you guys
On
were
the
gonna
next
fight.
day,
On the next day?
On the next day, yeah.
Yeah? And you wanted it? You didn't say, okay, let's go somewhere else first. You said, okay, let's go straight to it.
Yeah, I don't wanna waste my energy
Doing something else.
Yeah, something else. You know, while it's hot, I think it's more interesting.
Dmitry Bivol revealed shocking secrets from his first fight with Artur Beterbiev and claims that he's coming back to destroy Beterbiev's undefeated streak.
I don't know what 100% Bivol is going to be.
Of course it wasn't. Of course it wasn't. And I have to be closer to my 100%. I have to even be 150%.
Bivol has approached his rematch with Beterbiev with a clear mindset. He knows what went wrong in their first encounter, and he is determined to make the necessary adjustments this time around. The highly anticipated light heavyweight showdown, set to take place this Saturday, follows their gripping fight in October, where Beterbiev managed to edge out a majority decision to claim the undisputed title. For Bivol, that defeat has not only motivated him to improve, but has also given him crucial insight into his own character.
I don't like my performance. I didn't do enough. I wasn't, I could do more. I know it. I could be 100% winner, you know? Not like he win or lose. I don't need this, you know? Win, lose, he won or that one won. With this, it's not what I want to feel inside of me.
You just want to see the best Bivol.
I wanna do it like, yeah, he won 100% and no doubts, you know.
Reflecting on the first fight, Bivol acknowledges that while he didn't necessarily learn much about his opponent, he learned a great deal about himself. He admits that he doesn't like to lose, and that realization has sparked a fire within him to push himself harder. Bivol's strategy for the rematch is straightforward. He needs to be faster, more powerful, and smarter than before. His plan is to enhance every aspect of his game, focusing on delivering more punches and increasing his endurance. This time, Bivol's approach will be built on the lessons learned from their first meeting. His goal is not just to be better in certain areas, but to be a more well-rounded fighter, making improvements across the board.
Was you happy with your performance overall? I thought
Of course not.
No, really? Even when you watch it back, you don't think you're doing good stuff?
No, there is some good stuff, but there is not enough for me to feel good.
Everywhere. Although he didn't gain significant insights into Beterbiev's weaknesses, he came to the conclusion that his own lack of aggression and endurance were the key areas that contributed to his defeat. This time, he plans to be more relentless, pushing through the entire fight with a stamina to keep up with Beterbiev, who has a reputation for being a relentless force in the ring.
Was you happy with your performance overall? I thought
Of course not.
No, really? Even when you watch it back, you don't think you're doing good stuff?
No, there is some good stuff, but there is not enough for me to feel good.
Have you changed anything in training this time? Have you added anything different?
Yeah, little bit changed, more narrow, I think. Not wide, more narrow training.
On the other side, Beterbiev remains confident ahead of the rematch, though he is well aware that Bivol will come with a different approach. The reigning light heavyweight champion, with an undefeated record of 21 wins and 20 knockouts, is not one to rest on his achievements. Even at 40 years old, Beterbiev continues to push himself to stay in peak physical condition, attributing much of his success to the discipline he maintains in his training and overall lifestyle. His experience has been a key factor in his ability to dominate the division, and he credits his longevity to that combination of hard work and natural ability.
We can see how good your power is, but Dmitry said it's not monstrous power, it's like anyone else. Your thoughts on that?
No, it's not true. They lie a little bit.
What, I'm saying that your power isn't that good?
Yeah.
They're lying, yeah?
Yeah.
When discussing the rematch, Beterbiev acknowledged that there were things he could improve upon from the first fight. While he won the majority decision in October, the bout was close, and many observers felt that Bivol had done enough to claim the victory. For Beterbiev, this serves as a reminder that there are always areas for improvement, even in victory. He noted that his team has already identified aspects of his performance that need work, and they've been focused on correcting those for the rematch. The undefeated champion has made it clear that he expects Bivol to come with a different strategy this time, as Bivol has had time to reflect on his own performance and make adjustments. Despite the confidence he exudes, Beterbiev is not taking Bivol lightly. He knows that the rematch will be another hard-fought battle, and he expects the challenger to bring new tactics to the table. The first fight taught both fighters valuable lessons, and Beterbiev is determined to use that knowledge to his advantage. However, the veteran champion believes that experience, combined with being in top physical shape, will be enough to overcome any adjustments Bivol makes. His camp has worked diligently on refining his own game, but Beterbiev remains cautious and focused, knowing that every fight presents new challenges.
Do you feel now that you know him much better?
Yeah, I know him better, and he know me better too.
This time around, what's going to be different? Artur, is there anything that you believe you need to change from that first fight?
You know, we never know like who's gonna be, well, what's gonna be. It's different, like, but we'll see. Like, I think we learned something. We'll see.
Coming to the predictions for this fight, Teddy Atlas has suggested that Bivol should focus on what he must avoid rather than what he needs to do. According to Atlas, Bivol's performance in their first encounter was solid, as he executed his game plan effectively and controlled much of the action. However, despite his skillful movement and intelligent counterpunching, Bivol was not awarded the decision.
That I've told fighters that before. It's not about what we got to do, it's what we got to not do and make sure we don't. He did everything he had to do to win that fight the first time.
Atlas pointed out that Bivol was in control for most of the fight, using his agility and quick reflexes to avoid Beterbiev's pressure. The pivotal moment came in the 7th round, when Bivol threw one punch too many, giving Beterbiev the opening he needed to shift the momentum. Atlas believes Bivol must avoid risky exchanges and close-range battles in the rematch. He emphasized that Bivol's success lies in maintaining distance and constantly moving, preventing Beterbiev from getting close enough to land powerful shots.
Where he was throwing up one of those beautiful combinations. He threw one punch too many. He got greedy. Maybe he got careless. He got whatever you want to call it. You gotta be of that with a guy like this. You gotta get out of Dodge by noon. If you're a minute after noon, you get shot. Yeah.
Carl Froch agreed that Bivol had the advantage in the first fight, although he acknowledged that it was a very close contest. Froch noted that many fans who understand the intricacies of boxing recognize Bivol's clean punching and defensive skills. In his view, Bivol's ability to land accurate punches while evading Beterbiev's power was key to his dominance throughout the fight.
Okay, people say that this fight never really caught fire, but for the purist and the people that understand boxing, that realised what they were watching, would have been on the edge of the seat, mesmerised by the skill level and the quality of both operators. Now, Bivol didn't get the decision. I thought he'd won when I watched it on the night. Beterbiev obviously won. He's unbeaten.
However, Froch also pointed out that Bivol seemed to ease off in the final rounds, which allowed Beterbiev to gain momentum and impress the judges. Froch advised Bivol to ensure he remains active and sharp throughout the entire fight, particularly in the later rounds when judges tend to favor fighters who finish strong. For Froch, this is where Bivol must make the necessary adjustments in order to secure a clear victory.
I think Bivol maybe needs to look a bit more interested, if that's fair, towards the end of the fight. Maybe around 10, 11 and 12, I think he needs to get more shots off, because he finished slow. Beterbiev put it on him a little bit more. It looked like he wanted to be in there a bit more. It looked like he was trying to win and trying to get that victory, and the judges do like that.
Craig Richards, who has sparred with Beterbiev and fought against Bivol, also weighed in on the rematch, suggesting that both fighters will need to make adjustments if they want to come out on top. Richards emphasized that the first fight showed flashes of brilliance from both men, and the key to victory in the rematch lies in who can adapt and improve their tactics more effectively. While Richards admitted it's hard to predict a winner, he expressed excitement over the bout, knowing how close the first encounter was. Reflecting on his sparring sessions with Beterbiev, Richards shared that he was able to handle Beterbiev's pressure better than expected, and it gave him a lot of confidence. He feels that whoever can adapt best in the rematch will ultimately take home the win.
Who makes the necessary adjustments on the night? Because you saw both of them had great spells throughout the fight, so it's whoever can kind of push the rematch to take what they took from the first one and make the necessary adaptations. So yeah, it's going to be interesting for me. I'm going to be tuning in. I can't call it. It's a good fight.
Fraser Clark, who had picked Beterbiev to win the first fight, now sees a more balanced outlook heading into the rematch. Although Clark acknowledged Beterbiev's fantastic performance in the first contest, he praised Bivol for his intelligence and toughness, believing the Russian fighter has what it takes to win in the second round of their rivalry. His stance on the rematch was not set in stone, however, as he noted that Bivol's experience and skill set might tip the scales in his favor this time.
I think Bivol has got the brain and the sort of toughness to turn that job over. I really do. I had Beterbiev, whatever I don't know how to pronounce it nowadays. Beterbiev, yeah. So I had him picked for the first fight, and I think he did fantastic. You know, once he grew into the fight, he's a really difficult force, but tactically and stuck with a lot of stubbornness and physicality, I think it's a 50-50, but you know, if they box 10 times, I think it could be a 5-5 sort of thing. Do you know what I mean?
Roy Jones Jr. had a more measured perspective on the fight. He acknowledged Beterbiev's strength and aggression, but also highlighted his calm composure, which made him even more dangerous inside the ring. However, Jones also recognized Bivol's superior movement and technical abilities, which would make it challenging for Beterbiev to apply his power effectively. While Jones was confident that Beterbiev's power would remain a significant factor in the rematch, he also noted that Bivol's ability to neutralize that power with speed and precision could make all the difference.
Mainly just his power. His power along with his aggression and with his subtle face. He never changes his expression, which is a beautiful thing.
Lonnie B predicted that Beterbiev would win the rematch, albeit with a different approach. He suggested that Beterbiev's return from surgery in the first fight may have affected his performance, but he expected the fighter to be fully prepared for the rematch. Beterbiev's game plan, according to Lonnie B, would focus on targeting Bivol's body early in the fight to break him down. This approach would create openings for a stoppage in the later rounds, potentially around the 9th or 10th. If Beterbiev could successfully implement this strategy, Lonnie B believed it would result in a dominant performance.
You obviously got Arthur in the rematch, right? By stop.
Yeah, I got Arthur. And no excuses, but I think Arthur came and fought too fast off that surgery. I think this fight he gonna stop. I think this fight he go to the body more. He gonna stop Bivol.
You think it will be early, or you think it's gonna be a long, late round fight?
I think like probably 9 or 10. If Arthur starts to the body in the first round, I think he'll get him out of there about 9 or 10.
Shakur Stevenson expressed his belief that Bivol performed well in the first fight, despite slowing down in the final rounds. He was confident that Bivol understood the importance of finishing stronger in the rematch, and that maintaining intensity throughout the fight would be crucial for his victory.
I think Bivol, all he had to do was just finish a little bit stronger. He did really good in the fight, but the last 2 to 3 rounds, he kind of let his foot off the gas, and I think he know that.
Former world champion Amir Khan offered his unique perspective, acknowledging his friendship with both fighters. While Khan expressed respect for Beterbiev as his Muslim brother, he also sided with Bivol, whom he knows personally. Khan praised the rematch as an exciting contest and expressed his support for Bivol, given their close bond.
I like Beterbiev as well. He's a Muslim brother, but I like Bivol. I know Bivol more personal. He's more of a personal friend, so if I was to pick someone, I'd rather go for my friend. Nothing against Beterbiev, he's a great champion, he's a Muslim brother as well, but what a fight that was.
Carl Frampton initially predicted Beterbiev to win their first fight, acknowledging the close nature of the contest. He ultimately believed Beterbiev was the rightful winner, but saw the rematch differently. Frampton believed that Bivol would make the necessary adjustments this time around and come out victorious. He noted that Bivol's ability to adapt to Beterbiev's style would be the deciding factor.
I picked Beterbiev for the first fight. I know there's a wee bit of controversy. Well, there wasn't really. I thought the right man won the fight. I thought Beterbiev won the fight, but it was very, very close. But in the rematch, I think Bivol wins the rematch.
Clifton Mitchell, initially convinced that Bivol had won the first fight, began to see things differently after watching it again. Mitchell acknowledged that while Bivol had performed well, many of his punches were blocked or absorbed by Beterbiev, and the Russian's ability to nullify Bivol's offense was decisive. As a result, Mitchell predicted Beterbiev would be better prepared for the rematch and confident in his chances of winning once again.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go. Me and Scott was going to go.
Well, finally, what's your prediction on that?
Beterbiev. When I was there, I thought Bivol won. When I was there watching the fight, I thought he won. I watched it on telly and I can see why they gave it to Beterbiev. I can see why they gave it him. But there, because Bivol did it, but he did it like very uncomfortably. You know what I mean? And there, I think he was catching a lot on his hands and his gloves as well. So, yeah, we'll do that after. I'm definitely going back with Beterbiev.
Callum Smith, who has faced both fighters in the ring, offered his perspective on the first fight, noting how close it was and how difficult it was to pick a winner.
Beterbiev a lot favour Bivol. A draw, probably a fair result, but I don't know. I just think second time round, they obviously both know each other well. I just don't know if the timing keeps going on. It favours Bivol a little bit more. He's younger, he's fresher, and Beterbiev, we keep saying it, but he can't keep going on, and that last fight was the toughest fight of his career. It'd be interesting to see how much that has took out of him. And
while Smith admitted that a draw could have been a fair result, he favored Bivol in the rematch. He pointed out that Bivol seemed to be improving with age and experience, while Beterbiev may be showing signs of wear, particularly after a tough fight in his last bout. Smith predicted that Bivol's sharpness and improving skills would give him the edge in the rematch, although he acknowledged that it would be another close contest.
If he won the first fight?
Yeah, but it's hard to say. No, I feel like he didn't look as explosive. He feared to maybe age a little bit, but was that how good Bivol was on the night? Bivol was very, very good. He was very sharp, and he probably made him look that little bit older as well. So it's hard to read too much into either performances. It was a great fight. It was very hard to split them. I just favour Bivol a little bit this time.
Finally, Anthony Yarde, who fought Beterbiev in a thrilling battle of his own, shared his thoughts on the rematch. Yarde acknowledged that the first fight was close, but he felt that Beterbiev did enough to win. He wasn't convinced that the decision was a robbery, but he noted that the judges may have leaned toward Beterbiev's consistent pressure. Looking ahead to the rematch, Yarde expressed confidence that Beterbiev would win again, although he suggested that Bivol could have more success if he targeted Beterbiev's body more effectively. Yarde believed that this could wear down the Russian fighter and potentially swing the fight in Bivol's favor.
I do think Beterbiev won the first fight. It was a close fight. People will start saying stuff about robbery. I don't know about all that. It was a very, very close fight. Could have went either way. And the second fight, I see Beterbiev winning again, if I'm honest. But this time, if he goes to the body a bit more, I think he can cause more damage.
As the fight draws near, the excitement builds for what promises to be another thrilling encounter between two of the best light heavyweights in the world. Both fighters are aware of the risks and rewards that come with this rematch, and the anticipation surrounding the bout only heightens as they close in on the final preparations. So what are your thoughts about this fight? Do let us know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and check out some of our other videos on the screen right now.